Okay, I'm just going to go on record with my introduction so that people doing the playback could understand what this blab was all about. My name is Monty Henry, owner of DPL Surveillance Equipment. We're a full-service surveillance and security equipment company. And my assistant, Carolyn, you want to say hi?
Hello.
My assistant, Carolyn.
Hi.
Can you see? She's my assistant when you call in and ask questions and place your order for your favorite Spy Gadgets. You'll be talking to me or Carolyn, and we'll see if we can answer your questions, address your needs, or just take your order for that matter. There's three distinguishing things that separate us from the competition. We have lifetime guarantees and warranties on all the products. We have 24/7, 365 tech sales and customer support. We have the largest inventory of surveillance and security equipment that you can buy as well as rent from us. So make sure you guys understand, if you have a temporary need for surveillance and security equipment, we have temporary solutions for you. So yeah, feel free to buy, rent, or lay away your favorite surveillance and security equipment and test them out. Do a try as you buy, or just lay away or whatever, or just come to our website and take a look at the extensive video library and read the articles under the articles directory at the top of each page. Read about the article, read the articles, learn about surveillance and security equipment. Check out some of the anti-terrorist related products and that we offer on the website as well. And we have a number of multimedia related ways that we reach people. We have the videos, we have the podcasts, we do videos, podcasts, blogs. There's lots of articles. Overall, just lots of information. We do the movies, we do the blabs, we do the periscopes, etc., Facebooks, everything else, so that you can visit us on your favorite social media networking site, and that way you can get as much information as you want. And again, we have a very unstructured, informal. You can just drop in, chime in, and ask whatever questions you want. We have an open seat, so don't be afraid. Mainly, I just want to go on record with the idea that we're here talking about surveillance and security equipment. I just started the blab session, and I probably won't keep it open very long. We just want to get something on record so that for those of you who want to play back, you can play back and review the information at your discretion. Okay. Some of the things that people call us about, for instance, has to do with, for instance, I think my vehicle is being tracked. Someone supposedly put a tracker on my vehicle. What do I do? How do I determine whether or not there's something on the vehicle? How do I find it? Okay. We have counter surveillance products. We call them bug detectors. In a generic sense, they're called bug detectors. And more specifically, they look for certain things like GPS trackers. They look for wireless cameras. They look for audio listening devices. They look for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, WiMAX type of bugs as well. And they do a very good job. We have law enforcement grade products. So the same highly sophisticated products that we sell to law enforcement and government agencies, we make that available to the consumers as well. So you can use that to find out whether or not there's a tracker on your car, a bug in your house, a hidden camera in your business, or audio listening device in your vacation home. Okay, the same state-of-the-art products, you can get that and find these hidden devices. So use our counter surveillance devices, our bug detectors, to find out whether or not there's anything going on. And okay, that's counter surveillance. Now, when it comes to surveillance, a lot of us want to know who's coming onto our property. Okay, who's coming into my vacation home when I'm not there? Who's vandalizing my car, dropping litter, garbage on my lawn, etc. This gets into the area of surveillance. So if you want to do surveillance, usually that means you want to more than likely put a camera inside or outside the home or inside the office or inside the car, for instance. This falls under the category of surveillance. That means you're surveilling, you're taking video evidence, or you're using audio as well to do your surveillance. So when you want to do surveillance, that usually means you're putting in a camera, you're putting in a listening device, or you're putting on a tracker, putting the tracker on a car, okay, to find out where the car is going, for instance. That falls under the category of surveillance. So whenever you're actively monitoring someone, for instance, audio, video, etc., that falls under the category of surveillance. So we want to do an education, first of all, to make sure you guys understand there's a difference between surveillance and there's a difference and counter surveillance, okay? Counter surveillance usually means you're on the defensive. You're trying to find out who has done something to you, okay? And surveillance usually means that you're probably trying to do something either to someone else or just make sure that your property, personal or private property, etc., is safe and secure. So that's surveillance, and that's counter surveillance. Okay, and our company, we also extend that even further. Okay, we have personal protection. Okay, in other words, a lot of our customers are concerned about whether or not they are safe and secure. Okay, and we typically help people in a number of different ways. If you are a bounty hunter, if you're a police officer, you're a private investigator or something, or you're a bodyguard for a celebrity, you might be interested in personal protection. Okay, that means some of the things that you might be interested in fall under the category, may entail looking at a bulletproof vest. Okay. Again, bodyguards, law enforcement people, military or whatever, a lot of times they want bulletproof vests. Okay, they want to protect themselves. So we have bulletproof vests, for instance, that are for civilians, and there are certain type of vests that are for government and military. Okay, so those are some of the things that those guys would be interested in. Now, a lot of civilians, they are also interested in pepper sprays and stun guns and tasers and such. Those are some of the things that that civilians would be interested in. Okay, and then also, just so you guys will know, we've created a niche industry, and it has to do with electronic harassment. A lot of times we get calls from people who claim to be electronically harassed. That means that someone is perpetrating certain things against them. They're harassing them electronically. Maybe there's sounds, vibrations, microwaves beamed at them, satellite dishes directed at them, infrasonic waves pointed at them or something. And those individuals usually want to get that terminated, get that away from them and resolved as soon as possible. So those individuals who are being electronically harassed, they want to detect, identify, and remove the things that are harassing them. So that's another category that we pretty much pioneered. It's called electronic harassment. And those individuals are typically targeted individuals, okay? There's another element to that. It involves electrical hypersensitivity. You can read about electrical hypersensitivity on our website. That falls under the category of people who are being electronically harassed as well. So anyway, we have a number of solutions that help targeted individuals who are being electronically harassed, and even the electrical hypersensitive individuals. For instance, we have the magnetic electric microwave detector as an example that will help you find the source of magnetic, electric, microwaves, and RFs, or radio frequencies. Okay, so those are some of the solutions that you're gonna be able to buy or rent or lay away. And then when you get them into your hands, we show you how to find the source of the microwaves, the electric, the radio frequencies, and the magnetic frequencies as well. So that falls under the category of personal protection on our website. Another category which you guys may find interesting is body worn, okay? Body worn hidden cameras. Now, typically the ideal client who might be interested in body worn hidden cameras might be mystery shoppers. Maybe their client is Target or Walmart or Macy's or some major retailer, for instance, who wants a person to go into a store with a hidden body-worn camera that does audio and video undercover, and they want to record customer employee interactions or sales reps with customers or something to see whether or not the employees are handling customer inquiries in a quick and professional manner. And the body-worn hidden cameras will allow you to go in there and monitor using video and audio undercover and in an undercover fashion, and record that communication or exchange with the customers, for instance. Okay. Some of the other clients that benefit from our body-worn hidden cameras might be private investigators or people who are doing workman's comp claims, or for instance, for the government. If a person is claiming to be injured from a job-related injury, for instance, and they're collecting workman's comp, a lot of times the claims agents will call us and they will want something to allow them to monitor the individuals who are claiming workman's comp and claiming injury. And supposedly, if these individuals are not able to work and do certain physical things, they don't have the full mobility or range of motion or something, it would be incumbent on the claims agent to go in there and film the person who's injured, who's claiming workman's comp, and trying to get paid by the government. So the claims agent will use our hidden cameras. We'll use our hidden glasses cameras. We'll use our bottled water hidden camera or undercover button screw camera kit with built-in DVR, or maybe our keychain, or maybe our watch with hidden camera. These are some of the things that the claims agents would probably use to find out whether or not there's anything going on there. Okay, so these, again, fall under the category of body-worn hidden cameras. And we ship to the UK. We ship all over the planet. And we've been shipping all over the planet for probably 15 years. There's nothing wrong with shipping these products all over the planet. It's a good question. And so we covered body-worn. We've covered, what's the website? Okay, that website where you see right above there, where it says dpl-surveillance-equipment.com. That's actually our website. And I'll put it in there again. Let's see. That's our website. Okay, and hopefully my Twitter profile makes a reference to who I am and our company and all that. You're welcome. So we covered body-worn hidden cameras, we covered detection devices, and also anti-terrorist products. Okay, so what about anti-terrorist products? Who are the candidates for anti-terrorist products, and why would anybody be interested in buying them? Okay, when a federal building gets blown up, or when a military base suffers an attack from some suicide bomber, or when some drug dealer who's smuggling billions of dollars worth of cocaine or heroin to the United States, or when people are milling through the international airports all over the world and they got everything on them, all sorts of contraband, those are situations where you may want to get anti-terrorist types of products for your airport, for your federal building, for your military installation. Okay, those are some of the situations where you want anti-terrorist products. No, we don't sell radio jammers. Radio jammers are illegal, okay? And I think I wrote an article. It's a very good question as well. I think I wrote an article about jammers and blockers. And I also talked to some people at the FCC about jammers and blockers. And that'll get you a quick ticket to federal prison, not only in the United States, but a number of other different places. But that's a good question. And if you look at that article, you will see that's an actual citation issued by the Federal Communications Agency in the United States. And that's a real citation. And that's where we actually discussed how serious it is to not sell jammers and blockers in the United States. But getting back to the subject of anti-terrorist products, again, if you're a post office and you got tons of packages or something coming through your facility and you want to check them and see whether or not there's explosives or narcotics or something, you'll probably be a good candidate for our X-ray baggage scanner. and that will allow you to find out whether or not those packages have explosives in them or narcotics in them. Okay, so this is our company mascot. His name is Lazy Bones. He also runs the anti-terrorist division in terms of looking for drugs and narcotics and explosives. Okay, so you got to be careful. He's really a stickler when it comes to making sure that everybody behaves and doesn't do anything that they shouldn't be doing. So that's pretty much addresses the anti-terrorist related category. Let me see. Somebody's asking, I am an intelligence analyst in the BA. Okay, that's cool. Well, come in and let us know who you are, what you do, what you're all about. What do you think about the subject? There's not a lot of pressure, hopefully, in terms of talking in this blab. Nothing like letting everyone know what your thoughts are, what you do, and why it's important to you that you do what you do. And, you know, maybe somebody will want to work with you, I guess, you know. So until he comes in, we'll just keep jumping from category to category. We covered surveillance, counter surveillance. We covered anti-terrorist products, body-worn hidden cameras, personal protection. What else can we talk about? I don't know. Just so you guys will know, we have a very extensive video library. If that makes any difference, we have a very large and extensive video library on our website, where over the years we've recorded tons of videos, demonstration videos, where you can see us demonstrating the watches and the keychains and the alarm clock radios with the hidden cameras inside. We're demonstrating how bug detectors work. We're acting out in a dramatic format, like a small skit or something, where, you know, a customer scenario where a customer is asking questions and someone's answering the questions. We've recorded all that and put that in our video library. So you can go there and you know, see whether or not we've covered some items of interest where you can save some time and effort in terms of looking at the products, seeing how we demonstrate them in the video format on our website. Same type of videos that you would see on YouTube. And we have 1 million blogs. Okay, we only have 1 million blogs that cover everything imaginable, from jammers and blockers to smartphones to cell phone interceptors. Let me see. I think I just included, as a matter of fact, we have a new cell phone interceptor, which none of you guys would probably be interested in purchasing because of the amount of money that it takes to buy one. Not to mention the government qualifications. But I think it's always good to know. Enter. Let me see if I can spell it right. Interceptor. Anyway, just so you guys would know, there's a thriving market and the military and the government space when it comes to cell phone interceptors. Let me see, somebody's asking a question here. Do you sell anything that traces beta radiation? You may want to come in. I mean, when you say beta radiation, you know, there's a few people that know exactly what that means, and that could be construed in various different ways. I don't want to answer a question as if I understand it in the manner in which you're using it. You know, I've learned that that's not a very smart tactic. It's against regulations over here, sadly. Do you say anything that traces beta radiations? Okay, what are we specifically looking for when you say beta radiations? Are you talking about like explosives detection? Would that fall under the realm of things that could be explosive or not? Because we in anti-terror, under the category chemical transmissions. Yeah, if you look under anti-terrorist products, you know, we have probably 3 or 4 different portable explosive detectors, and we're constantly upgrading the firmware so that any potential threat is actually programmed into the software. So yeah, if you're in the market of getting an explosive detector that covers specifically what you're looking for, let me know, and we'll be glad to make sure that we can take care of that for you. You know, again, when we find out that there's new explosives that come out to the market, then we program that into our firmware. That's one of the major advantages in using, these software-driven devices, whereby, when there's a potential threat that comes out, we go to our engineers and we say, look, we need to look at radiation, beta radiation and such. And the people typically, evaluate how practical that is as far as someone using that in an airport or field or building or something. And if it looks like it's a serious candidate for us, and including in the software database, then we definitely will do that for you. Sure, you're welcome. So yeah, if you guys have any specific concerns about, something as sophisticated as explosive detection, or something as simple as nanny cameras or whatever it is, renting, for instance, or whatever, just let me know. And because we only have 15 to 20 years of experience, and we only work with some of the largest manufacturers that have been doing explosive detection, narcotics detection, and surveillance overall for probably 30 or 40 years or something, as far as our partners are concerned. And our company has been in existence since 1997. So there's very few areas, that are a complete surprise. Not to say that every once in a while, there'll be some new technology that'll be a total surprise in the industry and surprise me and everybody else as well. But for better or for worse, I don't see too many new innovations that we haven't brought onto the market ourselves. Mainly because I spend a lot of time researching and playing around and buying things to play with and seeing what's practical and what's not practical. So, but getting back to some of the things that you could expect to see from our company and understand that, in terms of who we are and what we're all about. So we covered surveillance, counter surveillance, personal protection, body worn hidden cameras, anti-terrorist products. Nanny cameras, I guess, is another area a lot of people are familiar with probably. Nanny cameras is a big business for us. Everybody wants to monitor their homes and their offices and their cars and their boats and their yachts or something from locally and remotely. Everyone, when it first question out of our customers' mouths, when they call us, they say, I want a nanny camera and I want to monitor it on my cell phone. Make it work with my smartphone. That's the first thing that comes out of their mouths. So we've upgraded most of our nanny cameras so that, guess what? You can use your Android smartphone, use your iPhone, and we got apps to allow you to log in and see what's happening at your house or your office or your car. That's not a big deal. Get alerts, who's coming through a window, who's coming through a door. Send something to my email, send something to my text, and let me get an idea of when something happens and all that. So yeah, we're programming all of that into our smartphones and into our software for the nanny cameras. I guess what would be really intriguing if somebody comes up with some new ideas, some suggestions. Does anybody have any suggestions as far as what new technology or new ideas that you may have that we can integrate into surveillance and security products? I guess that would be something that we want to look at. So anyway, if anybody come up with some new ideas, let me know and we'll discuss it and see if we can implement that and put that into our products. Until then, let's see what else we have. Okay, we're covering a lot of different bases really quickly. This is just a summary overview of who we are, what we're all about. This is not a real in-depth, specific look into each and every product. We're covering categories of products right now. Okay, let's take a look at listening devices, okay? A lot of you guys, for instance, may want to play this back and the listening devices category may be of interest to you. What are listening devices? What are or more commonly audio monitoring bugs? What is the audio bug? Who wants an audio bug? Why would you want an audio bug? Where would you use it? And all that. Typically, the ideal customer who wants an audio bug may be someone who wants to hear. Usually, they don't care so much about video. They want to hear what's going on. The what's going on may take place in your home or your car or your office, your vacation home, somewhere, okay? Typically, even in a one-to-one situation in person, on the streets or in public, a lot of times our customers want to hear what's going on. So they get our live audio monitoring bugs. Okay, they plant that bug in the home, in the office, in the car, and our live audio monitoring bugs allow you to call in and listen to what's going on inside those locations from remotely. Okay, from anywhere in the world, pretty much. You can call in and find out what's going on in your home or your office and hear live conversation. Okay, we use GSM-based, highly encrypted, very strong signal, very reliable, lifetime guaranteed and warranty technology in our live audio monitoring bugs. Okay, and you can go to our website, look under listening devices, and find find the audio. Find the listening devices that I'm referring to. Take a look at them and see whether or not you have an actual application where you may want to be a candidate for a listening device. Okay, typically you want to listen to what's going on without anybody knowing. The microphones are very high professional grade microphones. They typically hear within about 10 or 15 feet diameter. Again, these are GSM based technologies that we use. You use a SIM card, for instance, it's hidden inside of average everyday devices, so you can hear what's going on and hear reliably. Whether you're in the United States or outside the United States, it doesn't matter. That's what type of technology we incorporate into our listening devices. Okay, so anyway, that's another category on our website on the left hand side. And let's see what else. Oh, tracking devices is pretty cool. For those of you who are wondering about tracking devices and what all does that mean? What does it entail? Who is a good candidate for a tracking device? Why would anybody want a tracking device? And how do you use them? Okay. So tracking devices. Well, first of all, the candidates, the ideal customer for a tracking device would probably be somebody who wants to find out where that car is going or where that truck is going. Say you're an employer. And your employees are supposed to go within a certain geographic region, and they're not supposed to stray outside that region, and they're supposed to bring that vehicle back within a certain period of time or something and go on a certain route or something, okay? So you may be a good candidate for tracking devices, okay? So you get a tracking device from us, either buy it or rent it. You put a tracker on the vehicle. It can go inside the vehicle. It can go underneath the vehicle. It doesn't matter. But you track that vehicle anywhere on the planet pretty much, okay? The information that the tracker accumulates is going to be transmitted to you real time to your smartphone, iPad, laptop, Samsung Galaxy, whatever you use that's portable. You'll be able to see what's going on real time, and you'll know when that truck or car or whatever it is going inside certain areas, leaving certain areas, how the stops and the starts and the addresses and all that will be transmitted to you real time. And you can use what we call geolocation to find out whether or not that vehicle is going inside of a certain restricted area or leaving a restricted area for that matter. Okay, so that's that. I just defined the ideal candidate for a tracker. Where do you put a tracker on a car? You could put it underneath the car, put it inside the car. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Typically, the batteries will last up to 6 months, anywhere from a week to 6 months is what you could expect out of the battery life on a tracker. Some of our customers want what we call a hardwired kit, where they can hardwire a tracker into the car's electrical system, connected to the battery of the car, and get indefinite power so they can track forever. So that's the ideal candidate. That's the technology and how it's used. Okay, so that's trackers for you. Okay, when you get a chance, go to our website, look under tracking devices, and you'll see a number of different trackers. Speaking of trackers, before we conclude that one, we have what's called a RFID-based tracker locator. That's typically used by people. Some of the ideal candidates for that may be people who have an Alzheimer's relative, patient, or something, and they travel a short distance away from the house or the hospital or something, and you just want to get an alert when the Alzheimer's victim or the person with dementia, or maybe the cat or the dog, or you can even use it for personal assets. Maybe there's a personal asset like a jewelry box. You want to put a RFID tag on it, and you want to find out where that jewelry box went to, and when it became missing or something. So you would use the RFID based tracker locator for short term or short range applications where you just basically want to make sure when it moves a certain from a certain distance, okay, with a maximum amount of distance, okay, achievable by the RFID based tracker locator. I think the RFID technology typically is like 1,500 feet maximum. So the people who use RFID based tracker locators are typically more concerned about something that maybe is has the opportunity to move maybe out of a warehouse, short distance from a house, short distance from a coffee shop or something. And they just want to find out when that asset is being moved, like a laptop or desktop or something, or whatever. Not so much a desktop, but probably a laptop or something. Maybe a cat or a dog may have an RFID-based tracker locator on them. That way, if they get lost, you can walk around the neighborhood and hone in on the lost pet, or for instance, and find it within your neighborhood. Okay, so that covers trackers pretty much, and we're gonna keep moving right along. And we got wired dynamic. Okay, so one of the last remaining categories is a general category on the left-hand side that focuses on a hodgepodge of different types of portable cameras, for instance. If you need binoculars, if you need telescopes, or certain cameras that are obvious, some people, they want a visible deterrent. They want to mount a camera on a side of a building or high up on a wall, and they don't mind people seeing it. You may be a good candidate for a general type of obvious, what we call obvious non-covert camera. Again, these types of cameras are usually visible, and they'll mount on a wall or ceiling or something, and everyone can see them, and they're called visual deterrents. Okay, we actually specialize in deterrents that are covert, the type of deterrents that you don't see. In other words, there's a camera in a room, an office or something, and you don't want people to see the camera. So that's our area of specialty, what we call covert visual solutions. Okay, but we do have a few that are obvious. Okay, so anyway, that falls under the category of cameras on our website. Go there, take a look, and see whether or not there's anything in that category you might be interested in. And I think that's pretty much going to conclude it. We just want to get on record with this wide range of products and services that we have. And if you guys want to play this back and review it and see whether or not there's anything of interest, then that's fine. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to eat dinner and take it easy. And so you guys have fun, and it was a pleasure having you in this particular Blab session. When you come back next time, bring a friend, enemy, associate, relative. We don't care who you bring, just bring somebody and share with them. Okay, so you guys have a good day, and it was a pleasure. Thanks. Goodbye.